What's going on? It's your boy Loren The Barber, and I'm back with another episode. Today, you're going to learn how to do a low taper on a waiver with a beard. Now, the first thing that I do is I comb the waver's hair out. Wavers come in with their hair matted down, as they should, because while they're woofing, they're brushing their hair consistently and wearing their do-rag at night and after the shower so that their waves stay in order and be at their deepest state. So I comb it out so when I cut it down, it'll be all even. Now I'm using my Babyliss Velour X2 Ferraris, and I'm going to have the lever pushed all the way up and make a balding line from the separation of the ear to the top of the ear. Second, I'm going to pull the lever all the way back, and I'm going to make another line from the separation of the top of the ear to a little bit above the ear, and it's going to be like in a circular point. Now I'm going to push the lever all the way up again, and I'm going to flick the line out that I made in between the balding line and the second line above the balding line. Now I'm going into the beard. I pull the lever all the way back, and I make another line from under the balding line to the middle of the ear. Now I'm going to make another line. I'm going into the beard. I'm using my one guard, and I make a line from the middle of the ear to the top of the earlobe. And following that, I'm going to throw my two guard on, and I'm pretty much just blending that heavy part from the line into the beard further into the beard, just blending. So now we move to the back of the head. We're going to use the same process. We're going to start off with the balding line. Then we're going to move to the line with the blade all the way open, and then the one guard, and same process, just a different area of the head. I like to use a comb no matter how low the hair is, because the comb, it separates the hair. It is good for blending better to me. So I pretty much use a comb all of the time when I'm fading, and I use a soft tooth comb because with low hair you're gonna be combing a guy's scalp. So if you have a hard comb, you're gonna be scratching him. He's not gonna like that. So try to find a soft tooth comb when you're using it to blend. Now with this next level, I'm just doing a clipper over comb. You know, just really getting that heaviness off above where I made the line with the 1 guard. You could use a 2 guard if you like. Nonetheless, I didn't want to go up any higher. I didn't want to make another line, so I just really aimed to get that heaviness off above the line that we made with the 1 guard. You know, so if we're going for a low taper, we don't have to do so many levels. You know, I don't think so. So to your discretion as a barber, as an artist. Well, that's what I did. And now for the other side, I'm just speeding it up. Same process as we did for the temple on the left side, we're gonna do with the right side. Now I'm trimming his hair down. I'm using the 2 guard with the lever all the way up, the blade closed. It's taking off hair, so he'll have the appearance of having a haircut, and his waves will be deep. And at the same time, you won't see much scalp. His hair is going to be dark, so that makes for a better line when we do a lineup. Now I'm flicking up with the 2 guard and the lever all the way up. I'm making another line above where I made a line with the blade all the way open with no guard. Nonetheless, once we're done, you'll see that it's not really making a line. You're not going to see another level. It's still going to be a low taper. It just makes good for a transition going from the balding point into the thicker point, because he's getting 2 on the top of his hair, so his hair is not that low. So it just makes for a transition, and you see that I'm flicking with it, so I'm really feathering into the darker part from the transition from the low to the dark. Now it's time for the lineup. I'm using my wall detailers, my cordless wall detailers. If you guys watch my video on the unpacking, as I call it, but the unboxing of the cordless wall detailers, I told you that I'm going to do a review, and here it is. It's the review of the cordless wall detailers. As you see, they're crispy and they're fresh out the box. I didn't bump them, I didn't zero gap them, same thing. Just fresh out the box and lining them up, and as you see, it makes a sharp lineup. So definitely a plus. These are my go-to liners when I'm lining up guys' hair. And a trick that I use, if you watch my video about using permanent color on a man's beard, I tell you about when I make a line, I have my customer hold up the mirror, and I get behind them and I look, and that's how I see if the line is straight. And now I have my babolus, and I have the blade all the way up. I'm getting the fuzzies off. Hair tends to be fuzzy when you're cutting off a lot of hair, something similar to an afro. So you go over it, just get those fuzzies off, make sure the cut looks clean. And now here's the icing on the cake. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I call it the ice game. Hit them with the blade, hit them with the ice game. So I'm taking off all of the hairs around the line where the clippers couldn't get off. And it also takes off the top layer of skin, and it makes that chalk line without the pencil. That chalk line is that top layer of skin that you can't see. So hitting them with the ice game, getting them all the way crispy. trick that I use is I have my client make a bubble, and it stretches the skin out. It makes it easier to get that part around his goatee and the inside, so it causes separation to where you can get to the hair and not cut his lip. We definitely don't want to do that. So and it also stretches the skin around the beard, so it makes to where you can get a sharper beard line and a closer cut. So I suggest that you try that. Have your client make a bubble. And now here's the finishing touches, man. It's the finishing deal. I think it's beautifully blended. I think everything's symmetrical. The line is crispy. And tell me what you think, man. Like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video. Follow all of my social media sites in the description.